What's going on, guys? This is Justin. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm out here on Lake Eola in Orlando. I finally hopped on the bandwagon, got on one of these swan boats. It's actually pretty cool. I would recommend it. So in this video, I would like to talk with you guys, or have us talk together about how to overcome fear of failure. So I think this is very problematic probably for all of us, and I think the reason that is because if we don't start, we can never have the life we want, whether it's business-wise or family or romance or whatever the case. If we don't start, we're just stuck forever, we're miserable, and we're stressed, and that sucks, and nobody wants that, right? So we don't want that. So what can we do about it? So just to give you a little background, guys, for me, I was always so perfectionistic in everything. Like, if I couldn't be really good at it, I didn't want to do it. And I was so bad that I couldn't even make basic decisions, whether in work or outside of work, because I just had to be perfect before I started. And obviously, since that's impossible, that became a problem, because it means I didn't start and I didn't get what I want, and I got more and more frustrated, and it became this loop. So, and I think we can all relate to this, because I think this is just a very human experience. So there's been two things that have been really helping me with this that I wanted to share with you guys that maybe can help you also. The first is knowing where you actually are. So what do I mean by that? I think that a lot of times we're way harder on ourselves than we actually should be. And it's because we don't actually know where we stand in an accurate, objective way. So let me give you an example. So social media, I think, is a great example, because we can all relate to, you know, the likes and the comments, and we see someone with like a zillion likes and we don't have that. And so we think we suck, and we think that they're amazing, and, you know, we get depressed or whatever. You know, a pretty common experience probably everybody has felt sometimes, maybe many times a day for some people. So knowing where you are means, for example, so guys, I looked up all the engagement rates, like engagement rate of LinkedIn, what would be a strong engagement rate, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, what would be strong engagement rates for these platforms? What is it that the platform considers you're doing well in your posts? And so I thought I wasn't getting that much likes, I wasn't getting that much comments, and I was feeling, you know, not down, but, you know, you see someone else with more and you get a little like, oh, okay, well, mine doesn't look like that. But when I looked at the engagement rates, I actually saw that I was doing very well. So why do I share that? I share that because I thought I wasn't doing that well. But when I looked at it more objectively, or what are the numbers of somebody doing well for the number of people that I had, I actually felt really good, and I was able to continue and realize I just need more people and keep the same engagement rate. So when we accurately and objectively look at where are we actually by the numbers, then we can kind of move forward a little bit more easily. And I think we can do it without being so hard on ourselves, because probably we're beating ourselves up more than we should. And that was something that helped me to realize that in a little bit of like a concrete way. And then the other thing, guys, that really helped me, I want to show you the fountain, but I guess the swan boat here is kind of like drifting into a direction that I thought I had the fountain in the background. I thought you guys are enjoying the fountain. Okay, you could hopefully hear the fountain. It sounds kind of pretty. But yeah, guys, the other thing that's been helping me is timeline and expectations. So the first, knowing where you are. The second, timeline and expectations. What do I mean by that? So I think the reason we put so much pressure on ourselves, and we're so terrified to start, and we're so paralyzed with fear, is because we feel like we have to be a certain level very quickly. And so if we're not at that level quickly, then we think that we failed. It's like, okay, I tried it and I failed. So think of like a farmer, guys. Like they don't plant a crop and then get all pissed off and think that their crops are stupid, and they're stupid because a couple days later they didn't get their crops. Or look at this city, this beautiful city, right? Would this city have been upset if it didn't look like that in a year? Like, that would be stupid, right? But we're that way, where it's like we try once or twice and then we think it's so stupid that we didn't crush it and somebody else is crushing it, but we didn't see all the time it took them to get there. So timeline and expectations, a way that you can do this that I think can be practical, that you can apply, that can really start helping you to get started, is, say, instead of like me with YouTube, I'll give you an example from my own life. A friend asked me, hey, how's your YouTube channel doing? And guys, right now I only have 10 subscribers. So, you know, on paper, that might seem really terrible. But by timeline and expectations, what I've tried to make my expectations be is, okay, I'm not trying to become a superstar in a month, because I don't really think that's possible. I guess maybe for some people 1 in a million, but maybe I'm trying to be a superstar within 2 to 3 to 5 years. And so guys, if that's the case, there's not as much pressure for me to start and put out a video each week, because, you know, it doesn't have to be amazing. It doesn't have to be flawless and perfect. And so, you know, if I'm giving myself 2 to 3 to 5 years, you know, the first number of months or year or so doesn't feel so much pressure, and so I can start. And the exciting thing about starting, guys, is once we start, then we start to find our rhythm and we pick up pace, and we might actually be moving faster than we thought we were. And guys, same in business, and asking for the sale and how many sales we want to get in a year, and our ability to prospect and get appointments, and putting ourselves out there and branding ourselves and networking and creating this brand that hopefully people relate to and want to interact with and do business with and have relationships with. We might not create that in a year or a couple months, but we might create something incredible in 2 or 3 years, and really, really incredible in 5 years. So again, guys, just to wrap up, I'm gonna keep this video short and cut it now. But first, know where you are. Know if you're really assessing everything as you should, or as we should, us assessing ourselves as we should, of where we are, and not being so hard on ourselves. And then I think the other thing for us to remember is expectations and timeline. Are we needing to have a Nike, Adidas, Coca-Cola, Apple superstar brand in 6 months to a year? Because that's not possible. But maybe we can have it in 5 or 6 or 10 years, and that would still be pretty incredible. So, and guys, if we don't get there on the timeline we wanted, we can just adjust the timeline. So I'm gonna cut it here, but hopefully that helps, guys. Hopefully that helps you to get started and not need to be so hard on yourselves. It's been helping me to not need to be so hard on myself too, although of course it's kind of a lifetime thing. So guys, if you like this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe. Check out my other ones too. I'm gonna be doing a video each week. If you have any friends or family that you feel like also might be struggling, they really want to start something, but they just don't really know how, and they're paralyzed, maybe this can help them. Know where you really are, be okay with that, assess it objectively, and then have a reasonable timeline that doesn't put so much pressure on yourself, and you can really actually do way more than you're capable of, than we're capable of once we get started. All right, guys, so it's a pleasure hanging out with you. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm kind of trying to make these somewhat visually interesting instead of just kind of standing in like a little box or office and every video look the same. There's a lot of videos on YouTube like that, and not saying they're bad. I'm just kind of trying to think of ways to make it interesting. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Lots and lots of love, guys. I've enjoyed hanging out with you. Hopefully you enjoy hanging out with me too. And I will talk to you very soon. Peace.